What is the most vulgar thing you've ever heard someone say? Tell me who is your gynecologist so I can suck his fingers. A random guy to a lady walking by in a park. I used to work as a bill collector. I was talking to a guy one afternoon and he told me, "You take that bill and shove it right down your cum-guzzling throat." Stopped me dead in my tracks, and after a brief pause, I just started laughing. Then he started laughing. Says to me, "That was a good one, wasn't it?" And I respond, "Yeah, it really was." Then he hung up on me. One of my favorite insults I ever heard as a bartender was someone say, "You only exist because your mom's tits weren't nice enough to finish on." I used to work with a hilarious old waitress that had a foul mouth. She once kicked open the door to the staff room and announced she just lost 5 pounds. Another staff took the bait and asked if she'd just taken a fat shit, to which she replied, "Nah, I just trimmed my bush." I was at a bus stop after my first ever night out. My friends had got a lift and left me waiting for a bus. There were these 40-ish men, and one of them squeezed his water so it came out the top and splashed everywhere and said, "I wonder if she squirts like that talking about 18-year-old me." Made me feel so uncomfortable. Dude at the bar asks random girl, "Can I smell your pussy?" Appalled, she responds, "No." He replies, "Well, it must be your breath." I would suck a fart out of that ass and hold it in like a bong hit. Dirtier than fingering your sister and finding your dad's wedding ring. As a bouncer, this girl once said, "Well, fuck me right in the ass." Her friend gasped, and without missing a beat, she added, "With lube, obviously I'm not a monster." It was more funny than vulgar IMO, but her friend was mortified. "Close your legs, I can smell your dad." During a conversation at work, a coworker mentions the neighborhood he lives in. Second coworker responds, "I didn't know you lived over there." Coworker 1, "You didn't know I lived there?" Coworker 2, "No, your wife usually comes over to my place." Coworker 3, "You son of a bitch, that was good, but you son of a bitch." Girl I knew in college was notorious for saying filthy shit. One night, my buddy jokingly said, "Jesus, do you kiss your mother with that mouth?" To which she responded, "Motherfucker, I swallow cum with this mouth." Guy was hitting on me while I was working at a bar. He said something along the lines of, "You're so sexy, you remind me of my daughter." Had my boss tell one of my coworkers, "I wish your mother knew how much of a fucking disappointment she raised." Ended up going to HR. Her pussy looked like a bulldog's mouth full of mayonnaise. I heard a woman say, "You gotta be fist fucking me right now," in a professional setting. I hope you get reincarnated as an abortion. I once overheard an argument in French where the guy said something along the lines of, "I face fuck your bloody sister, the fucking whore, who has 2 dicks in her mouth, 2 in each hand, and a line of men waiting to get their dicks sucked by her shitty, worthless whore mouth." Even as an eavesdropper around the corner, my jaw dropped, and I had to take 30 seconds to process what was said, only to immediately burst into a crying laughter. I worked at a nursing home for a bit. A resident started an argument with another resident over her little boyfriend. Old lady 1, "You need to find your own fucking man." Old lady 2, "Bitch, the hairs on my pussy look better than that shit you're with." Whenever someone would point out something obvious, my grandfather used to say, "Does a hobby horse have a hickory dick?" instead of "no shit." My favorite fast food is KFC because I eat it, then I jack off with the grease on my hands, which gives me these little pimples all over my dick that I can pop the next day and still taste the chicken. Heard in a Counter-Strike source lobby about 15 years ago, and it still haunts me. I worked with a Scottish girl who had some really good ones. My favorite was how she would describe being horny as frothing at the gash. My ex-husband once told my mom I couldn't come to the phone because I was busy gargling his balls. I was not. I was asleep. He liked saying really gross shit about our sex life to my mom. Overheard a couple going at it in a car outside a pub, and the young woman said, and I quote, "I'm in the blood, but you can have a go at me, shitter." That dude eats pussy off the bone has stuck with me rather a long time now. The CEO of the company said to an assistant, "I'm going to cut off your head and fuck your throat hole," because she scheduled the conference call for the wrong day. He lost his company because of his behavior. When I was in college, I was with a woman, and we were both like 19, 20 years old, so still pretty inexperienced. I think she was still getting comfortable with dirty talk or something, but when my hand went downstairs on her, I commented on how ready she felt, and she told me, "I want you to put me on like a boot." I didn't respond to it at all. At most, I groaned in response, and we just kept going and moved past it, but it's been almost 20 years, and sometimes I still wonder what she meant. Did she want me to put my whole foot in there? It seemed really vulgar, raunchy, like a boot. "Your mouth is so wide, you can eat a banana sideways." Heard a kid say that to another kid at the fair. Thanks for the watch. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please check out my latest videos. I will appreciate it. See you in the next one.